another one. You know I'm live with it. Let's talk about it. Of course, y'all always know I go live and I don't, some of my videos I don't get a chance to edit. But I want to show you guys what's going on at the job site from the previous video. Of course, we got a ton of debris back here. We keep the debris in the back of the house because we don't want to put it in front of the house because, of course, it makes the neighborhood look bad. We have a dumpster come put all this stuff back. So let me tell you about why we got a ton of brick here. Got like 3 piles of brick. So the back of this house here, of course, had extensive water damage. So this roof was actually a slate roof and they never repaired the roof. So all the water just kept rotting out all the wood on this backside. So all the wood was compromised. So whoever owned the property, it was probably a landlord, they decided to replace the wood, but didn't tie the wood into the brick. So we had the brick was free standing. So meaning all I had to do was push it and the brick would come down. So of course, re-bricking the back of a house is extremely expensive. So the proposal was, let's remove all the brick and we go back with siding. So, because when the brick was sitting here, like we had, this is of course new framing here, but it was old new framing that was here, and the brick stood like right here. It wasn't tied to anything. So like the brick was just freestanding. So my crew, of course, we put in some temp stairs because of course the whole stairway, we couldn't even go into the basement. All this was messed up. You could see the discoloration on the brick. It was terrible. But my crew came in and they got to work. They do everything the right way up to code. Of course, I'm standing right in the kitchen. And we offered the whole 9 yards to put the house back together. Put the house back together like it was, or we can make modifications. So here, this wall is being removed. Gonna remove this wall, put a, this is a low bearing wall, so I'm gonna put a beam here. I'm gonna come through with all new recessed lights. So all my companies will be here. We'll be putting everything back together and putting it up to code. Bringing this thing up to code, and it's gonna be a lovely home for a Detroit family, because that's the goal, to help you guys out and rebuild Detroit one house at a time. And they did all this. They reframed everything. They worked all night. My guys they don't play no games. Hello guys. They didn't play no games. So we're gonna go with all new siding. And you would never know that this house looked like this, right? It's really beautiful and it's amazing. The crew of people that I work with to turn people's dreams into reality, starting generational wealth. You know, it's all about being consistent, showing up, giving back to the community, and going from there. Let's see here, who's that? Yep. So, but yeah, so this is a really beautiful house. So I can show you what I'm talking about here. So like part of the roof is messed up here and water was just coming down, you see. So we're gonna see that supposed to be the wood holding the front of the brick up. And you see here, these are called brick ties. And of course, there's nothing here for the brick ties to be holding on. So it's really supposed to be going straight into the wood here, but we have no wood here because it's completely rotted out. So man, my guys fixed this. And then on top of that, when I was looking at the house, I saw someone was trying to do some electrical work. And as you can see, these lines are fried. They're not, they had this connected up, but this is hot. This is your neutral, and this will be the hot. And this is why it's imperative that you have, I'm sorry, you have an electrician come and look at some of this stuff, because a lot of you all try to re-energize some of these old electrical wires, and you don't even know it's frayed up inside the wall. And once these two touch, now you got electrical fire, your house is burning down. So hire a professional. I'm not using any of this. I'll be taking all this old electrical out, running everything up to the residential code, and going from there. The plumbing didn't look too bad, but of course I'm going to have Detroit Drain Snake, sister company to Ruben Plumbing, family-owned business, which is be my family. And of course, y'all know me. I have my electrical business, and then of course we have my construction crew, and we work as a family, as one unit. You don't get one without the other, because we don't need your money. We work together. So if it ain't all of us, we ain't doing it. That's how we do it. And it's Detroiters putting Detroit back together, one house at a time. Of course, if you need my electrical services, I am the bougie electrician. I only do full home rewires or panel upgrades or panel swap outs. Do not call me to switch out a light fixture. I'm gonna give you some words of encouragement, then I'm gonna refer you to one of my good friends. But yeah, this house here was a auction property, and my good good friend DJ's from Florida. Him and Clarice. I'll be showing you all that other property. They have an asphalt company, I believe. I hope I'm saying it right. Where they redo roads and driveways and stuff like that. Great people, and I'm glad I was able to meet them. And of course, they trust me with bringing their dreams to bringing it to a reality. So stay tuned, guys. This is going to be a good one. This is definitely going to be a good one, and I appreciate you all taking this journey with me. I haven't got a chance to work on my apartment building like I wanted to. I had some hiccups along the road. Some stuff I would like to share, but it's one of those things where if I put these individuals on blast, it can negatively impact me. And I mean, individuals in my city, can't say what department, but what is done in the dark will come to light. So put it like this, y'all already know me. But just put it like this, somebody caused me a lot of trauma, unneeded trauma. And I just prayed about it, and God fights all my battles. So we'll just leave it there. But once, also, I'm not taking on any more project managing roles. More of I'm getting in. I pair you with the people that could be able to get your property up and ready, completed, which would be pairing you up with a builder, which is a great carpenter, electrician, which will be me, plumbing, which will be my family, and a good HVAC, which we have everybody that can take care of the whole home process to be able to get you in and out. I'm sorry, I see you all. I saw some questions in here. Hello, people. No, I'm just walking through this project where we. Thank you. Where we just talking about this particular property, where it was completely. This bottom area was brick. You see how high the brick went up right up here to the fascia board? It was brick all the way across, and this top part area was siding. So now we're going to be going back with all new siding, putting in the windows. You have your bedroom there, bathroom here, stairwell. It used to be a porch here, but I say we're just gonna turn it into a window. That's your kitchen window there, and it looks really good. And we got all the leftover debris here. We're gonna repurpose some of this brick to redo the front of the to do the front of the house. The front porch, of course, needs to be redone. So we're gonna repurpose this brick because, of course, the front porch is missing brick. So we're gonna be repurposing that. So some of this brick is gonna get reused, and we go from there. But a lot of this, you see here, a lot of this wood was all the wood you see here was rotted out. We don't keep no rotted wood. See here how, and actually some of this stuff looks like termite damage actually, or carpenter ants. So some of this was that rotted wood. So you just, yeah. So, yeah, but it's truly a blessing, guys, and we just go from there. And it was so the service meter was here, so I had to disconnect it from DTE because, of course, once all the siding is up, then I'll be putting up a new service meter, tying it in like I was supposed to be, so we can get power right now, and we go from there. Shoot, yeah. Oh boy. Yep. So I always just try to come by and check in. And I love this neighborhood because this is one of the neighborhoods where not too far from where I purchased my first land bank property. Me being a black man in Detroit, how do I fund my projects? All my projects has been funded through my 9 to 5 and hard work and dedication. So I didn't never have to go out and take hard money loans or nothing like that. All my stuff was done with these hands, and that was it. It was never a rush for me. I just made sure that whatever I purchased, I lived close to it or had family that was close to it, and I'll just work on the phase one thing at a time. Now, like this project here, of course, this is a friend of mine that lives out of state, so they're funding their project through their business, and we just go from there. Because some projects you're not gonna some people might not be able to do, but you need to have a good team. You need to because you have, like, this particular project here, it's a couple of different ways this could be done, and you could run into, if you got you can have one contractor say, oh yeah, we can save that, no problem. And then you had another contractor saying, like, hey, we need to take that brick down because eventually it's going to fall apart. So it depends on who you got working with you. And I'm going to be honest with you. You don't want no desperate contractor working for you. You don't want no broke contractor working for you. If they not busy with working, and, that's a problem. Because if you're a contractor and you ain't busy, you must ain't be doing nothing right, because a good contractor, is going to always be busy. And a lot of times you'll have some people that just want to make the money and just go ahead and go about their business, and which is nothing wrong with that. But you want somebody that cares about your property. And a lot of times when I take on these type of projects, I care about the property because I look at dang, if I stay here, this is what I would love to see. This is what I will want, And even though my buddy DJ, he just told me, hey, Cal, I want recessed lights throughout here. and I cussed them out. So I ain't putting no recessed lights there. That's a lot of hard work. I don't want to do that. But of course, I'm probably gonna look out for him and put the recessed lights in. So it is what it is. But I also told him he gonna bring his butt up here and go ahead and help me put these recessed lights in. But I told him I'll wire it up. But I'm gonna make him put it in. Okay. Uh, yep. So other than that, I will let you all go. Don't if it's first time watching, please subscribe to my channel. I got to get back posting a lot more. But I got a couple big projects to do. I have crews like literally all over the place right now working. We got 3 job sites that we're working on right now. So I got to wire this one up, and then I got two family flats that I got to do. So right now my guys are like this one here, finishing up the demo, finishing up all the framing, and then I come in, I run my electrical. Plumber comes in, do his thing. Like HVAC guy comes in, do his thing, and then now we close. We're gonna insulate it, close it up, and we're gonna achieve compliance with this property real quick. This property really just only had roof issues that may mess up the house. The electrical was on and functioning, but of course we had a couple questionable areas, and a lot of times when when we got into this property, the drywall was replaced, but when I saw that line frayed up, I said, if this looks crazy, what else looks crazy, so that's why we gotta be mindful. What do you think about the best strategy when it comes to getting your first perp? I'm gonna be honest with you. You got to figure out the best strategy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I have said before, like it's not like how it was when I bought my first one in 2016 or even before that. You got some crazy competition. You got people competing to buy some of these houses that probably should be tore down. I ain't going to cap some of them, but of course, you can find a diamond in the rough, because you may find a house that is terrible, but because the particular area is being redeveloped, it may be worth a lot more, and you play the long game. Our mayor had told us that, years ago, he said, hang in there, don't sell your properties, don't leave. And he told people that. Some people listened, some people didn't. People like me, I listened, I kept my properties, and then I end up, property value shot up. And of course, you associate property value with generational wealth. So I would say you can flip if it's a good area and it's booming right now, and you get with a good realtor, say, hey, this area is selling for this amount right now. You look at your project. If you get a property, you need to come in with a contractor, and you need a cost to rebuild. A good rule of thumb on the high end, budget $135 a square foot. That's the math I use. $135 a square foot. So if the house, whatever the square footage is, times about $135, and that's your renovation cost. And make sure you got that and then of course, now if you don't have to spend all that, but that's what I go into knowing, like, hey, if I got to put this back together, that's what I look at, to have that amount of money on hand to completely renovate the property. Now, it's your goal to, as an investor or a person that's just trying to find your forever home or whatever, is your goal to try to get the best price possible for everything that you need done, for electrical, plumbing, HVAC, the carpentry work, whoever, so, they say rent is on a high, right? But at the end of the day, you got a lot of Detroiters that, want to stay in Detroit and want to, live here. But some people can't afford no $8,000 a month rent. You know what I'm saying? Some people can. Personally, me, you know, I may not hit $1,000 on my rent. I may maybe 900 or something like that, or maybe 850. My goal is to keep renters. You know, you keep the rent low, you'll keep renters all day. You know, and then you know, it's just you just got but just really to answer the question, you just really got to figure out what your buying box is. What is you trying to? Are you trying to come to Detroit, make a quick buck? I'm gonna tell you that you ain't about to come to Detroit and make no quick buck. You gonna go home crying. You gonna go home crying because if you ain't got a team and you don't strategically do your project, you gonna learn the hard way. So I mean, because you can't just come in here and just you know think you just about to just do all this extravagant stuff. You got to come in with a game plan. Security is the biggest thing. You got to secure your project because people will take everything about your house that you thought you wanted to put up in there. So you got to definitely secure your projects. You know, so but you know, yeah, so yeah, because I mean, shoot, you be putting that new furnace in. They're like, oh, they be sitting there, they be like, oh, you put a new furnace? Yeah, I'm getting it in. Yeah, yeah, okay. You come back hours later, they done uninstalled it neatly, and wave at your cameras. So you definitely gotta put some respect on our name out here. You know, unfortunately, that's some of the things you got to deal with. So, oh boy. Yeah, I just look at it like this. So a lot of times, you say you never heard about. So the person said, I never heard $135, and then so so if you look at it, if you're a licensed builder, right? A licensed builder calculates their cost to build. You have a cost to build, and then you got your number as far as what you're gonna make if you sell it. So the average builder can build a house for, say, with his crew and resources, he can build a house for $130,000, right? So he builds a house for $130,000, and what did I say? 135,000. Yeah, 135,000, right? That's how much it costs for him to build a house, right? Say it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house in a nice area, right? And say if it's in a suburban area. Then that builder, of course, he just spent $135,000 to build that project. Foundation, all the framing, the trades, everything came up to $135,000. Now, do you think that builder is going to sell it for what he cost to build it? No. He gonna times that thing by he gonna times it by 2. He gonna what? Times it by 2 and add another half on there. Right? And so he gonna try to sell that thing for somewhere around 350,000. Right? So he's gonna make his money back and then some. So what you want to look at is the cost to build. So for example, I give you some numbers right now, real quick off the top of my head. So you got 1,000 square foot house, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The average licensed electrician will charge you anywhere between, if we're pulling permits and everything like that, anywhere between $9,500 to $11,000, right? And that's from start to finish. The average plumber, if he has to do everything, you know, say on a high end, say you gotta messed up everything, right? Say you might be spending maybe $5,500. Average HVAC technician for that size house, you could negotiate that in between some guys. Well, if they got to put a chimney liner up to code, maybe $5,000, right? 5,000 to 7,000, depending on what your HVAC guy is charging. I have some guys that come in there and put everything in for 3,500 without a chimney liner. But you got to have a chimney liner, right? But it also depends on what type of furnace you have, because you can do a high efficiency furnace and you can run them pipes right up the side of the house. So it just depends on the cost of your furnace. So say we just say on a say we 5,500 for a furnace, right? So 55, we had what shoot, about 11,000 plus say the electrician is charging 10,000. So we had $21,000 just for plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. HVAC is your furnace, heating and cooling, correct? So that's a $21,000, right? So that's to cover your trades. And say your drywall, to drywall a house that size, I got guys as far as labor and materials can cost you maybe another $9,000 probably to, as far as labor and materials. So we had about $30,000 just for drywall, installation, getting everything up to painting, right? So basically after these things are done, your house is completely ready for paint, but it's still other stuff that comes into it. Let's say you got framing you had to do, right? So that's another cost. If you got rotted out wood or whatever here and there, not to mention if you got a roof, average 1,000 square foot house, redoing the whole roof, you might be at about $10,000. So say you needed a new roof. So now we at what? We had about $40,000. That's a new roof, new electrical, new plumbing, new HVAC, and drywall. Guess what? After you put up new drywall, you need a painter. You gotta have somebody to paint it. So you got a ton of different things. You can get up to $80,000 redoing the house real quick. So you gotta definitely go in with a contractor. Now, of course, if you all want to get a scope of work for my crew, our estimates for each trade, get us to come out on the schedule is about $100. For me being an electrician, typically I can give you an estimate over the phone because I just pull up the house and I know I have an idea of what everything looks like. Only time that's if I'm giving you like best practices, right? But of course, if a person I want recess like throughout the whole thing, of course that's gonna be different with the pricing, right? But typically, for my main contractor, he charges $100 to come out on my crew, and so reach out. So if you guys got a project, want us to come out, of course, and the reason why we charge for estimates is because you have a lot of people that be on estimates and stuff like that and just be wanting just to sit and talk. You got, and time is money. I do apologize. So if you have a problem with that, go to the person that's giving you a free estimate, and we won't feel bad about that. But of course, me taking out time going to different jobs when I have stuff I got to do. I don't know, some people don't understand that, but okay, so I'm going to get off this phone real quick, and I appreciate y'all chiming in. If you just locked in, if you need something, please leave a comment on this video or follow me on Instagram at _real_Calvin M. You can see the whole journey, what's going on, or you can shoot me an email at herosquad.pm@gmail.com. All right, y'all have a blessed day.